What's up everyone, my name is Fallout, and what do we have here? An iron banner weapon from D2 that doesn't bore me to tears? This is the Gunnora's Axe, a power weapon that hopefully you grabbed from the recent Iron Banner event, provided that is if you're still currently playing D2 before the sandbox changes this spring, but that's a whole other thing. And if you didn't pick up this shotgun from the Iron Banner event, well, no worries, it's not the end of the world, but why don't we go ahead and take a look at it? What does it bring to the table? First of all, it's a slug shotgun, meaning it doesn't fire a spread of buckshot like most other shotguns, it just fires one fat slug. It's a 55 RPM shotty with an impact of 70 and extremely high range. Now, where have we heard of a gun like that before? For those of you who pledged to New Monarchy, you sick bastards, in the faction rally events, you might be familiar with the Unification VII, same RPM, same impact. So what exactly are the differences between these power weapons? Is one overwhelmingly better than the other? And should you be using either of them at all when you roll into PvP? Are you a dirty, no-thumbed tryhard for using shotguns at all in the Crucible? Well, obviously, but let's go ahead and answer the other two. Between both shotties, the Gunnora's Axe has noticeably more range, meaning that the one-hit kill potential is going to be even further on the Gunnora than it is on the Unification, which is impressive considering the Unification used to have the furthest one-hit kill range potential for any shotgun. Now, even though the Gunnoras can technically kill from further, it doesn't mean that the Gunnora is flat out better. So, what does the Unification have that the Gunnora doesn't? Well, the biggest thing would be the rate of fire.
Fallout, are you hitting the pipe? You just told us that both shotguns are in the same rate of fire archetype at 55 RPM.
You're right, I did say that because they are, but the Unification has access to the full auto perk, which for some reason speeds up your weapon's rate of fire. You know, Bungie, for the record, an automatic firearm is defined as one that continuously fires rounds as long as the trigger is being pressed or held down. Doesn't mean sped up fire, more like less work for the user to fire. Just throwing that out there. So yeah, even though both guns are listed as 55 RPM archetype, the Unification is not 55 RPM because it fires noticeably faster than the Gunnora ever can. Okay, well, what does that mean? In the event that you don't land your one-hit kill headshot, which can happen, the Unification is going to give you a much faster follow-up shot, making it the more reliable two-tap weapon. Also, the faster rate of fire means it'll be a bit more forgiving in putting down enemies in their roaming super, provided you don't get the job done with shot number one. The Unification also has access to high caliber rounds, which as we know, makes the enemy's screen flinch a little harder when they're being shot. That being said though, extra flinch isn't really a big deal on a weapon that has the power to one-hit kill, and at the very most, should be a two-shot. High-cal rounds are way more effective on guns that can hit you continuously to take better advantage of the screen flinch, like everybody's favorite annoying auto rifle, the Uriel's Gift. Alright, flip side, what does the Gunnora's Axe have that the Unification doesn't? Well, aside from a minor advantage in your basic bitch base stats, the real answer is range. Extra range with your slug shotty translates to being able to potentially get a one-hit kill a little bit further out than the Unification can, and also a slightly further damage drop-off point in general. I'd love to get some hands-on testing right now to show you exactly how much, but I'm waiting for private matches to drop for that because I'll tell you, testing that without custom matches is just a massive pain in the ass. There is one more thing we can talk a bit more about though, and that would be this perk, Opening Shot, improved accuracy and range on the opening shot of attack. Hey, that's just vague enough to be interesting. Gotta be honest, this perk kinda confused me at first because, well, additional range on the opening shot, probably only by a little bit. Now that part I can understand. Additional accuracy though. This is a slug shotgun. Not sure if you know this, but they're already pretty damned accurate. They pretty much shoot exactly where you point. My initial thought was that this might be a bigger factor with hipfire accuracy. But to my surprise, turns out slug shotguns are also insanely accurate with hip firing too, with or without the opening shot perk. So what's left? How about aerial accuracy? Gotta say, it's really difficult to pinpoint any possible difference in your shot when jumping, especially considering the overall randomness of firing your gun in the air to begin with. But I think it makes a difference. Not a big one, but I think it does. Truthfully though, the real answer about the improved accuracy from opening shot, it probably just means extra range. Back in Destiny 1, Bungie mentioned in an interview with Crucible Radio that the extra accuracy provided by the perk Hammerforged was really just the standard accuracy increase that comes along with having increased range. Basically, more range equals more accuracy. Again, I don't really know how that extra accuracy translates to an already very accurate slug shotgun, but the takeaway here is even more range on your opening shot. So there is that. Aside from that though, it's probably pretty likely that this perk also gives you a little boost to your overall stickiness when aiming on the first shot, but there's no real way that I can test that. At the very least, we know it gives a little bit of extra range, so if you're feeling like optimizing your Gunora's performance by a tiny bit, you can switch it out for your primary, then bring it back after every shot to take advantage of the little extra boost provided by opening shot. Alright, so which, if any, should you be using? It all depends on how good of a shot you are. If you're really accurate with slug shotguns and you hit your headshots a lot, then the answer is probably the Gunora. It has the potential to kill from further, so if you land your headshots more often than you don't, it's probably going to be the gun for you. That being said, it's not always easy to tag people in the head with a slug shotgun, especially when considering getting hit by primary weapon flinch, so I think it's safe to say that the Unification will be the more consistently reliable of the two due to the better rate of fire. If you do roll with the Gunora, you can always equip either the Ophidian aspects or the Syntheseps provided you're a Warlock or a Titan. That way, if you miss the headshot and don't get the one-hit kill but still damage them, you can always follow up with a really long-range melee attack to finish the job. In the masterwork department, quick reminder that there is no masterwork to provide extra range for your shotguns. Lame. So your best bet for either in this case will likely be handling. At the end of the day, these are both really good power weapons, but IMO still falls short of the glory that is the Legend of Acreus. If you use an exotic kinetic or exotic elemental though, the Unification and the Gunora make great backups. You just gotta make sure that you're accurate. Of course, if you're really looking for a forgiving shotgun, there is always my bae, the King Green, the Hand in Hand. If you still haven't seen my review on that bad boy, that would be in the video description. And speaking of the video description, get in there to find links to my Discord, Twitter, Twitch, and more. God, that was a smooth transition. If you like this video, please throw it a like and maybe also even click the subscribe button because it's free and it helps me out a lot. Thank you for watching, hope you learned something, see you next time.